You have to give the child a chance to express himself or herself. See, expression is so important.
Welcome to the Change My Way of Life podcast. Shree Krsna Guruji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
So, how much exposure should we allow our children to artificial intelligence and electronic lives?
We cannot restrict them at all nowadays. You have to understand. When the computers came into the picture, nobody could restrict people, like us. We were exposed to it. When cell phones came into the picture, everybody was exposed to it. When games came into, you remember Pac-Man and all those games, everybody was interested in it. Today, think on those lines. AI is important for everybody. And the restrictions that we are talking about, not to give them so much of ability, is today AI is creating a lot of pornographic stuff, which should not happen. There has to be a control method somewhere. So we need to have boundaries and controls put in place for the children, and these kind of things we should not expose them so much, because till they do not have the ability to understand, I think that would be a dangerous precedent of giving them that tool and not monitoring it at all. That would be wrong.
Guruji, to what extent do parents influence their child's growth, in that maybe a parent says things or does things that gives the child limited beliefs about themselves?
Well, as far as a parent is concerned, they should be able to guide the child, because they become the first guru of theirs. The parents are the first gurus. So when they see the child reacting in a certain way, when the child is curious, I want to know more, I want to know more. So they should not curb the curiosity so much. The child is going to ask you, questions which you may not be able to answer. No doubt about it. At that point in time, you should be ready with an answer, because the child is going to ask you questions. Okay. And you have to be a little open in your attitude. You have to give the child a chance to express himself or herself. See, expression is so important. Then the kind of environment that they are brought up in, it should not be overpowering or overburdening, or so much of a pressure put on them that they have to pass in an examination, they have to do like this. The kind of homework that is given in India is like a mind-boggling thing. I'm telling you, the teachers are giving piles of homework. The child cannot even cope up with it. I mean, you need to give homework, no doubt about it, but limitations. And then the parents are after their blood, the children's blood. You have to finish this before tomorrow or something like that. That should not be the case. Exposure to a lot of world outside is important. That means they should be able to go to the zoo, to the museum, to some places of interest, the monuments that are there, the parks that are there. Fantastic parks we have. Even the Disney worlds and Disneylands and all those kind of places. And even malls, of course. Because that is where they get to see a lot of stuff. Complete exposure is important, but restricted. You can't let the child lose. Okay, here is the money, go and play games. No, that should not be the case. So you need to give them that, plus they should be able to mix around with everybody. See, what happens is, in our world, we are so restricted in our own environment. Oh, you have to play only with the children from the society. No need. I mean, when I was a kid, I would go and play games with teams from some other place also. I remember. And many a times, we would end up in fights also. No doubt about it, because we were cricket fans. And the fights were there. And there was a lot of things going on. But it was a healthy thing. It was nothing bad as such. And there has to be a lot of love from the parents' side. The parents need to be loving and caring, not hounding their children into getting things done. They have to be very kind to them, and they have to teach them compassion. In other terms, they should also get an exposure towards God and nature and everything. I think this is what the parent can provide, along with education, of course. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Guruji, for answering these questions today.
Thank you.
If you have enjoyed this presentation and would like to be informed of new presentations, remember to like, share, and subscribe or follow. Thank you.